Hello friends, welcome to the Pisces full moon video from the glorious Puget Sound. Can you see that water behind me? Yes, here we are up in the beautiful state of Washington, and I am just so delighted to be here. I'm Andrea Blythe. I am the creator of Let Love Rise, and my intention through this community is to help people free themselves from stories that are no longer serving them. And I do this by tapping into the energies of the universe. So we're going to talk about what's happening this week specifically with this beautiful blue supermoon in Pisces, and also by tapping into the power of our mindset. Our minds are crazy powerful and have the ability to flip our thoughts and rewrite stories. And that's a big part of what I set out to create here through Let Love Rise community. So first off, let me make a couple of announcements about upcoming events because there's a lot coming perhaps your way. If you are in the Seattle area of Washington, tomorrow night at the Suka Yoga Studio in Des Moines, Washington, we'll be hosting a full Pisces moon ceremony and ritual, moon circle and ritual at the Suka Yoga Studios. So please join us for that. You can find all the details on Let Love Rise or on Eventbrite for that. Also, once I get back into my hometown of Boise, Idaho, got a couple events. Let's see, we have got coming your way the new moon in Virgo, just 2 weeks after the full moon. Funny how that happens every time. And so I will be back at the Salt Sanctuary doing a new moon guided meditation. Hope you can join us for that. Also upcoming at the Salt Sanctuary on September 20th, I'm going to be releasing a whole new series on mindset reset. So if there are stories that are playing in your mind that you want to free yourselves from and really intentionally work towards that, I hope you'll join me for the series. You can come every week. It is an 8-week series or a drop-in as you are able. It'll be on Wednesday mornings at 11 a.m. So look for that once again at the Salt Sanctuary in Boise, Idaho. And Greenlights by the fabulous Matthew McConaughey is our Soul Growth Book Club pick for the month of September. It just seemed so perfect to listen to this as I'm traveling. And I love a road trip. So of course I'm traveling by car, listening to Greenlights again, and just loving the stories that Matthew tells, how he extrapolates essence from his life and how he uses it to learn and to grow and to teach. Really fun read, interesting read, beautifully written, but I do recommend the Audible. We will be meeting in my home in Boise on the Sunday, the 17th of September. So a little bit later than we typically meet, but that is due to travels and Labor Day and all of that. Let's see. What else? Mindset reset classes. Yes, the full moon in Aries that happens at the end of September will be happening in the great, beautiful redwoods of Northern California in Arcata, California, Fortuna area. So look for a video from that as it gets closer. But for now, let's talk about this beautiful Pisces supermoon. So as you can see, once again, I'm sitting here by the water because Pisces is a water sign. And what does it mean for it to be a blue moon? What does it mean for it to be a supermoon? So a blue moon simply means that we get two full moons in 1 month. So August 1st was the first full moon that we had this month. And then we have this one on August 30th, 31st. And of course you need a longer month to have a full moon as we have. But what makes it a super moon is not because it's a blue moon, but it's just because the orbit of the earth we are closer to the moon. So in this water sign of Pisces, what that might mean for you, no matter whether you have Pisces in your chart as, a sun sign, like you are a Pisces, or you have your moon, or it's your rising sign, or if you have planets in it, whether that's the case or not, no matter what, when we are dealing with Pisces, it is more of an emotional feeling, feminine energy, sign of the zodiac. And this supermoon, the moon is the closest luminary to us here on planet Earth, right? We're all in agreement on that. So we just feel it more. You know, it's really fascinating sitting here. I came down here a couple days and just watching the tides go out and come back in. And that's all through the powerful force of our moon. And so what we might be feeling is an emotional fullness right now. In fact, it could stem onto overwhelm, feeling just like, I don't know where to go or how to get through this or what's happening, or there's too many things happening. There could be melancholy, there could be sadness, there could be sorrow, because not only is the full moon happening and really present on our emotional. I mean, the moon is always tapping into our emotions, but the super moon in Pisces next to the planet of Saturn, that's what I want to talk about, that moved into Pisces last March. So if you think back 6 months, I think March is 6 months ago, March of 2023 is when Saturn moved into the sign of Pisces. And this is the first time that the moon has made its way into the sign of Pisces since Saturn has been there. And so Pisces is usually very flowy, dreamy, you know, yes, emotional and all of that kind of stuff. But Saturn is the boundary setter. Saturn is the structure, the form. And so this moon, this moon cycle, it might be calling us to put in some boundaries around like a container, and really help guide us into taking us out of the dream state and into, okay, well, what's really going to happen? What are the practical ways to apply this dream or to create this? And that would be enough. But we are also in this really intense time of retrogrades. There are a lot of retrogrades happening. In fact, at the time of this full moon, there are 6 planets in retrograde. However, our lovely planet Venus will be stepping out of retrograde just a couple days after the full moon on Sunday the 3rd. Just checking. And Venus has been calling us to, you know, as all retrogrades are, and retrogrades are just optical illusions from planet Earth. When we're looking, if you're able to locate Venus in the sky and track it, it appears as if it's moving backwards in orbit, which is of course just an optical illusion, but it is always a chance to review. It moves backwards in our chart and it goes over certain degrees in our chart, and it is illuminating a certain area in our lives. And when I talk about our chart, what I'm referring to is our astrological birth chart, which is a snapshot of the energies and where the planets were in alignment and all their aspects to one another, how they were communicating and talking to each other the moment you were born. So if you're curious and you'd like to know more about that, please send me a message, DM me on Let Love Rise. So there's an intake contact form that you could fill out, and we will schedule a time where I can go over your moon chart with, not just your moon chart, your chart with you. I do have a special series specifically on the moon, however, for either just for yourself, if you wanted to do a 101, or if you wanted to gather a group of people and look specifically at your moon in your chart. That being said, retrogrades are this review in our life, and they are, planets have kind of, I said, domains over certain areas of our life. And Venus, you know, is the Roman Greek Aphrodite. It rules over love, relationships. Also, typically in the second house of the astrological chart, also our finances, our relationship to abundance and to money and to our self-worth, and definitely to our relationships of all kinds. Within our family, those dynamics, with our coworkers, with our friends, with our intimate relationships, our spouses, our boyfriends, girlfriends, lovers, whatever it is a massive time period that we are just emerging out of, that began at the July 22nd. And taking a look at that story and the emotions that are coming up from it right now as things are peaking and as we're coming out of this, the question is, you know, what are you ready to create? Who are you ready to show up as you have reviewed how you interact with other people in relation to other people? You know, what fills you up? What brings you joy? What makes you excited to get out of bed, a spring in your step, and how you want to be and, yeah, show up on this earth in this lifetime, in relation with people. And there's going to be a couple, you know, challenges, as if, you know, maybe you've already felt them. I know, you know, there's, quite a few things that have come up in just the last couple of days where it's like, whoa, okay, did not see that coming, you know, knocked off balance, and regrounding myself, centering myself, examining it, looking at perspectives from all sides, and also like taking a pause, not to rush and to react into what it is I want, how I want to respond to whatever situation. Mercury is also in retrograde currently, and Mercury rules over our communications. And so as we receive, you know, hardships, challenges, perhaps detours, it is just a time to pause a little bit. If energetically we are exhausted, listen to our bodies. Listen. Your body is your most powerful teacher, and your body is always there telling you, you know, if you really tap in, like, where are the things that feel good, that are the yeses, that are the yes and more please, and where are the things where you're like, this just doesn't feel good. Why do I keep repeating this pattern? Why do I keep putting myself in this situation? When am I going to learn? But don't beat up on yourself. There's no benefit from being harsh on yourself. It's just like, okay, you know, maybe Britney Spears needs to be playing that "Whoops, I did it again." Whoops, I did it again, right? Like, I repeated this pattern again, because releasing, also this retrograde is, you know, it's such a time of release. Full moons are a time of release. They're reflection and release. But as you're releasing, I wish a release can be like one and done, released, and I'm done with that. It's like forgiveness. It is a continual process, a journey of seeing it and noticing, and perhaps catching it sooner than you used to, and celebrate that. Take a moment and just be like, hey, okay, I just did this thing again that I'm said I wasn't going to do or don't want to keep doing. I did it, but I noticed it sooner. And I responded perhaps in a way that is more aligned with how I want to show up with other people in relationship. So noticing the victories and just wrapping yourself in love during this period, because it is such a transformational month. This month of August, there's been so much happening. Again, you know, going back to the full moon that began the month, it was like, here we go, buckle your seatbelts. Like, there's going to be a lot of things, and where you were at the beginning of the month of this journey and where you are today at the end of the month. And as we move forward, and, you know, right after Venus comes out of retrograde, Jupiter's going to go into retrograde. And there's just so much that is asking us to pause and like take in the beauty, catch our breath, treat ourselves well. The sun, let's not forget, is in Virgo, and Virgo is very much a part of our health story, our connection with our body, and how we are taking care of it. Are we making time to take a walk, to do yoga, to dance, to do the things that feel good for our body so that our body can work well for us, right? Where are we without our bodies? We need our bodies, and ultimately we would love for them to be healthy and flexible and free moving so that they can transport us to the places where we need to go and to walk us to beautiful surroundings or into conversations that need to be had. So as we gaze, hopefully, I'm looking at the sky here in Washington that has been covered in gray clouds and rain, as the Pacific Northwest is known to be. I hope that I can catch a glimpse of the beautiful supermoon tonight, but if not, I know that I have been feeling it. Emotions have just been a little bit heightened right now, and it's all good. It's all part of the journey. And what a journey it is, especially when we embrace our journey with intention, when we set the time aside for ourselves to do things like listening to this video, just so you can tap in and be like, all right, what's going on right now? How can I use the energies that are present right now to give myself a boost, to see like, where's the, oh, okay, this is just normal. Sometimes we just need things to be normalized, you know, big feels, overwhelming feels, fatigue. It's real. Why do we fight it? Why is our first thing to reach for a Red Bull or more coffee or to keep going or to push through? Why do we not just say, you know what I need right now? I need a nap. I need to call a friend and have a conversation. I need to take a walk. Perhaps I need to have a hard conversation with somebody. We don't always need to just keep going full steam ahead. You know, there are times where, you know, keep your eyes on a goal that you have for yourself, but along the way, take care of yourself, take care of your body, listen to the emotions that come up. The song of the week, I'm going back to my girl Fia, who I just love her music so much. It's called Rising in Love. Rising in Love, from her album Legacy of Light. And I chose this song because this Venus retrograde has been a really, really powerful part of my summer as I transition from being an in the classroom teacher to an out of the classroom teacher, creator. And the idea of rising in love, it really just, it's the beautiful image for me of the Phoenix. It's the beautiful image of Venus going into the underground as she did mythologically during the retrograde period of 40 days, and just really shedding skins, releasing stories that aren't serving, examining old patterns. And, you know, sometimes those releases are so painful. They're not things that we want. You know, we recognize that people in our lives are just not serving our highest good, or aren't what, you know, what we need any longer, or what we desire any longer. And any goodbye, any ending is tough, and it comes with grief. And I'm just saying that as things leave your life with intention, because you're choosing that this is something that I want to walk away from, I am no longer going to allow this in my life, or whether something is stripped away that catches you off guard, just know that there are energies present as well that are right now where Jupiter and Venus, who are considered the benefics of the universe, just very beautiful, bountiful, loving, giving energies. They're both playing massive roles right now. And so you are supported in this. So sometimes a detour prevents you from a traffic jam, or prevents you from an accident, and you don't understand why you're getting detoured or why you are veering this direction when you want to go there. But just trust in the universe. Give a little, you know, what is that? A trust fall into the arms of the universe as you surrender and you release and you let go and you review and you rewrite, and all the all the things as you go within, because this has just been such a time of really reviewing who we are, how we show up, what's working, what's not working, and how to live more in alignment with our highest good and the highest good for all humankind. Because when we fill our cups and we take care of ourselves, we are in such a better capacity to care and love for those around us. So with that, one more time, the song is Rising in Love by Fia. The questions to be asking yourself is, what is being highlighted right now by this moon? What needs to be released? What are you letting go of to make room for something new? And then what are the new patterns? What are the new behaviors? What are the new beliefs? What are the new ways of being that you're going to bring with you as you rise like the phoenix from this Venus retrograde and you step into the fullness of who you are and how you are meant to shine in this universe? To all my friends who I celebrated with in Orcas Island, I'm going to close out by saying shine bright. Shine bright, my friends. Shine bright. And I say that to all of you as well with so much love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. If you like what you heard here, please hit the thumbs up button. I hear that helps. And share it with anybody who you think needs to hear this message. And for all things, a review of all the events and more stories and hopefully inspirational stories and helpful tips, please meander over to letloverise.com, the website, or there are plenty of other videos here for you to peruse through on the YouTube channel. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for being here. Happy, full, super blue moon. Let's make some magic, shall we? Namaste.